hey, are you here for my sewing studio tour? Come in. So this week I'm gonna show you around my sewing studio. Point number one, I don't have a sewing studio. This is my house, welcome. We live in a 1-bedroom apartment, so this is my living room. This is my sewing studio. That's it. To be honest, I think this is the reality of a lot of people, that we don't have space to have a sewing studio or a sewing room. So let me show you how I make it work with this tiny space that we have. First thing I want to show you is my desk. This is where I think I come up with ideas. I edit my videos. I do most of my time, to be honest, because if you're on YouTube, you know that you spend more time with your laptop than actually sewing. I have to tell you that if you like any furniture in this house, don't think that I'm good at decorating, because nothing is mine. The house came furnished, so this lovely thing is not mine. I use this old desk as storage because it has all these little compartments everywhere and here, and it has a drawer there, and it has a drawer here, and I love little drawers. As you can see, here I have my favorite sewing books. So if I need them, I just get them. Here I store all my filming equipment. Here I have some of my basic patterns. And then I have tons of other hobbies, like my embroidery threads, my embroidery loop, my bobbins. In here I have all my painting supplies, not that I've ever painted in my life. Behind here I have my microphone also to do the voiceovers, or I have tons of cute little colors. Here I don't have anything. Here I have my iPad where I do all the drawings, and then I have other notebooks, like my knitting journal. You can see the Marseille sweater when I finished it before I shrunk it. Then a bit more the exciting part. Here we have my hobbies drawer. One funny thing about me is that I love boxes, and I use the boxes for the soap for the washing machine to store stuff. You have all my sewing supplies with my tape and my markers and buttons and basting thread, a lot of stuff. I have cheap embroidery thread, and then here I have other hobbies, like, how is this called? Do you know when you have a thread and then you put all these little pearls with each other and then you create something? I want to do that. I've had it for 2.5 years. Haven't done anything. Nothing exciting, to be honest. A lot of crochet hooks, a lot of knitting needles, my scissors, all sewing and crafting related. Then we have the second drawer that is basically my office related drawer, where I have all my pens, I have tape, I have my stapler, I don't know how it's called, more paint, I have this thing to cut on paper, and then more paper. Boring stuff. There's 2 more drawers, but they're boring because there's just either paperwork or candles. So nothing too exciting. But the exciting one is this one, where I have my patterns. I have here 2 binders with patterns that I create and that I use, and I love them. I love having everything really organized. Patterns that I need to fix, or how I need to fix them, and all the specifications, patterns that I want to add to the website, these kind of things. That binder is mostly trousers, and this one is more other stuff. Because as you know, I focus more on trousers for now, because that's what I learned how to make. But yeah, that's it. Pouches, a bunch of stuff. Really exciting. My dream is to have one of these for each category. So I can have one for jackets, I can have another one for tops, for trousers, for skirts. One day I will. And then, as I told you, I have my laptop here where I do all my website, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, everything, emails, all the boring stuff. I do it here. But let me show you something. My Wi-Fi is here, and all the way there is my laptop. And you would think that the Wi-Fi gets here, right? Then you're wrong. There's exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 meters. So the truth is that here I do all the drawings and then I get my laptop and I sit here. And here I do all my tippity-tappy to upload everything online. Is it very uncomfortable? Yes. Have I thought about moving the desk here? Yes. Am I gonna do it? No. So we're gonna continue moving from one seat to another one to get Wi-Fi. Next things are fabrics. Oh, and here's my mirror that is not wide enough for me to be able to see myself all the width. I want a new mirror, but then what do I do with this one? Because it's the landlord, so I cannot do anything about it. Then all my fabrics are in this amazing, whatever it is. It looks like a mess, but trust me, it's an organized mess. Here at the top, we have all the fabrics that I've never used before, and I separated in 2 baskets. I have here elastic fabrics and here woven fabrics. And here you might think, well, I should have bought more baskets in IKEA, but I didn't. So here I have the fabrics for jackets. As you can see, I don't have much space to store fabric, so that's good for me because I keep my stash to the minimum. And to be honest, this year I've been using a lot of my stash, which I'm really happy about. I'm not gonna lie now and say I don't buy extra fabric, because I do once in a while, but at least whenever I buy fabric, I use this and that. I don't know if you want me to show you all my fabric, but to be honest, the house is so tidy, I don't want to destroy it with showing you this. Also, it's really hot in the house. Let me change. So from new fabrics, we move into scraps. This is more of a mess, we can say. I've also separated them in classes. So here we have cotton, linen, easy to sew with. I always have some things that I just put in there and I leave them there and no one sees them. Then we have thick polar or sweater type of fabrics. Then as always, we have prototyping fabric. And then we have corduroys or thicker fabrics that I used more for bags or bucket hats or these kind of things. And finally, we have all the fabrics that we all hate because they are super slippery and they're very uncomfortable to sew with. Then I always have bucket hats anywhere I look because I'm developing a pattern and I've made like 1,000, so they just keep appearing. And then I have projects that I'm never gonna finish because I don't know, I just have a bag with the project that is halfway, but I just hated it while I was doing it and I got frustrated and I just put it in a bag. I close it and tomorrow will be another day. And then finally I have a bag of little pieces of fabric that I don't know if I'm ever gonna use or I'm gonna use them to fill a cushion, something like that, I don't know. And now you're gonna see the last one at the bottom and you're gonna see that the lower we go, the more mess. Can you see the mess? It's a mess. So here I have pieces that I'm destroying or little, I don't know, more bucket hats. Ooh, sugar! Then I have some materials that I haven't organized yet. And here we have denim scraps. I have all the scraps for elastic fabrics. Then here on the side, we have all the wadding or batting or however it's called. We also have stuffing material. Then we have some foam of this one. No idea why I bought it. You tell me what I'm supposed to do with this. And then on this side, I have projects that I have not finished. I keep forgetting I have this. I've been making this Cumulus tea, I think it's called, from Petit Knit for now it's going to be 5 or 6 years and I'm so close, but I just... And then in here, no idea. So see other projects. My grandma gave me this dress that she made out of a pillowcase and it's here. I've been wanting to make a set for myself, reusing it for a long time, but I'm always scared because I feel like I don't know enough drafting yet, or I don't have my patterns that I'm super happy, or I don't know how the material is going to react and I'm really scared of destroying it. So this is a project that I'm saving for, I don't know, the future, hopefully this summer, but it's just so amazing. Like, she did all the embroidery by hand. And now let me show you the top shelf, because that's where I have my machines and more little tools. In this last shelf, I have my overlocker machine. Then I have my iron. And you might think, where's your ironing board? Come, come. She's behind the bedroom door. So I normally get it and I install it here. To be honest, the room setup changes every once in a while, but it changes depending on the availability of plugs. So here I have one plug, so I just put my iron here, plug, iron. More things that I have here are my pedals. I have more threads for the overlocker. I wish I had one of those things that you just put all the threads and they're beautiful and colorful. Then I have here a little box with all my interfacing. Then I have my sewing box. And then here I have more of my materials. So I have all my threads, all my trims, and then finally here I have all my elastics. And finally, here I have all my zippers, my cords. By the way, you might think, oh, what are all these things that you have here? These are mostly things that the landlord left in the house. So I just have them in one shelf and I forgot about them. And then the last thing is my Queen, my sewing machine. I bought it 1.5 years ago and it works perfectly. You should have seen my last sewing machine. I'm not gonna say the brand it was, but... So right here, it looks like a nice corner, right? Oh, I'm having the tea while I watch people on the street, and here I have this thing and I can have my tea, very nice. No, because if we move this thing, dun 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 dun, more scraps. My mannequin, I have it here because every time people come, they're like, oh my God, such a nice dress. And I'm like, yeah, this is the first dress I ever made for YouTube. I kind of like it. So here are trousers, I have skirts, I have prototypes from other things that I've made, like jackets or stuff like that. And I still use them because I'm taking pictures of them, but aside from that, I want to get rid of them and make more videos on how to get rid of scraps. And finally, one of the most important things is the table. To be honest, I change again my setup every single time. Now I'm having the overlock here and the sewing machine here, but yeah. And you can imagine if I have to cut on this surface, pain everywhere. And then you think, oh, it's such a nice table, such a rustic table. Oh. Not good for sewing or for drafting, because when I'm drafting, all these little tree pieces are very uncomfortable. This is all to show you that we don't need fancy sewing studios or a sewing room or stuff like that. If you want to start sewing and you don't have the space and you don't have the materials, it's just getting started on your kitchen table. That's the truth. That's how I started. I started in my room when I was a kid. Then I moved to England and I lived with an old lady and I was using her living room. Then I moved to the Netherlands and I had flatmates and I had to deal with that. To travel with my machine, I had to put it in my suitcase and I couldn't fit clothes. And at the end of the day, it's about priorities, right? I'm the first person to convince herself that she needs the best of the best to start, but it's actually not true. And if you really want to start sewing, which I hope you want, because it's the most amazing hobby of all times. If I could choose only one thing I hate about not having a sewing studio, is that at the end of the day, you cannot close the room and leave the mess inside. But that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed my sewing studio tour, and that's it. If you want to see more, follow me on Instagram. My handle is _Nuriamo, and I'll see you next week. Bye.